I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on WERUradio, home of every music for the LGBTQI community and me. Between the hours of 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., this is Club Chit Chat. That's right. You know how we do it, honey. We're going to be talking about sports, politics, entertainment, and a little of this and a little of that. That's why we call this Club Chit Chat, baby. With the happy hour coming to you at 5 p.m. like no other happy hour you've ever experienced. So make sure you're around during our happy hour. Hey, I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on WERUradio, home of urban music for the LGBTQI community and me. Come on, baby, let's ride. Yo, the one and only, we're rocking the box today with Porsche Foxx. Hey, Porsche.
Non-stop. Is my mic on?
Yes, it's on. You can't hear you?
No, I can't hear me.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, I can hear me now.
You can hear you now?
Why are you louder than me?
Oh, you want to go up?
That's because you are louder than me. My bad.
Oh, I told y'all so one of them shows that she already winning, honey.
Hey, sis.
How you doing?
I miss you.
Oh, I miss you, honey. But we always talk on the phone, honey. Listen, a lot of people think because I was with Frank and Wanda that I was on the Frank and Wanda morning show first and everything.
Well,
everybody.
You did kind of put something out on Facebook and pretty much said Frank and Wanda, the one who put you on the radio. And I looked at that and said, that's a damn lie. But I went on about my business. See, I'm not a hater like that.
I never said that.
Yes, you did. Because people was like, what's wrong with Sophia talking about Frank? Frank don't even like her.
Yeah.
And it's his
that's how it's gonna be today. Ooh. And the words of RuPaul, how in the hell can you expect somebody to like you when they don't like themselves?
Oh my God.
Oh. But yeah, I told everybody I came to the studio. You invited me up to the studio one Friday, and I sit in with you. And then after the show, you was like, "Hey, they like you. You want Friday to be your day?"
They loved you. They loved you. I mean, we had so much fun, and that's the thing. You know, people got stuff going on in their lives, and radio has always kind of been that thing that will hug you, make you laugh, and forget about stuff. But radio has become the internet now, so now it depresses the hell out of you with everything else. You know?
Seriously, because we're on the internet right now. But that's a good thing because it's just like it was hard for people to break into radio, traditional radio and television, because the people that were there in those positions, it took them forever before they got fired or they decided to leave. And it's just like now with the internet, you can just produce your own show. And COVID taught all of us that. You know, you can produce your own show from the house.
Everybody's a DJ now. Everybody. And I'm not mad. YouTube shows all over the place. I think it's giving people a voice, and some people don't need a voice. But
names.
I got a list. Where do you want me to start?
Oh, from the top.
No, but it's all good. It's enough for everybody, and that's one thing about the internet. I just hate when it's used so dangerously, like this past election we just had, the mayoral election. But, you know, it is what it is, and you have to be prepared. If you step in the game, you need to be prepared to fight when they come for you.
And then it's just like you brought up the past election, and now Felicia Moore is coming out, and she's saying that, you know, T.I. and Marvin Gaye Jr., not Marvin Gaye, what's his name?
Isaac Hayes
III. She said that they caused her the election because of those lies that they were putting out about her and the strip clubs, and she was going to close the clubs and all of that.
I think that was one of the things, but it was a lie. I know for a fact it was a lie. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when you run in a campaign, be prepared, because that's not the first time that it was said. It was just used the last minute and went viral, and it worked. Did it cost her the campaign? I think that's one of many things that cost her the campaign.
Mm.
Yeah.
Another thing is Stacey Abrams has decided that she is going to run for governor again. What do you think about that?
I am so excited because I think everything happens for a reason. And it wasn't meant for her to win that election the last time. Look at the work she's done.
Right.
Look at, how much she's accomplished. Is this the time for her? Possibly. Possibly. It's kind of like how I feel about Felicia Moore. It wasn't meant for her to win. Mm. There's something else in store for her, and I think it's going to be great.
And although Stacey Abrams, she lost the governorship, a lot of people credit Warnock for winning. They credit Stacey Abrams and all of the groundwork that she did, helped him win the senator
That's
seat.
why I said that she was more valuable in I think, better ways. And this could be her time to be governor. It's going to get real interesting because Kemp's first got to qualify as the nominee for the party.
Hello.
And so, all I got to say is the choice between Vernon Jones and Kemp, we all going to hell. Okay?
You brought up Vernon Jones. I cannot believe
Those are our choices.
Vernon Jones and even Herschel Walker. I could not believe, Vernon Jones. It's just like I said, when Vernon Jones first announced that he was going to run, and I was like, Vernon Jones, come get somewhere and sit down.
But he's always kind of been a little special. But one thing they can't do is call Herman Cain and get some advice.
Oh my God.
That won't happen.
Do you have cliff notes over there? Because you already got started.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to wait? Wave your hand when it's time to go.
Oh, baby. But yeah, I said Vernon Jones is doing the stuff that he is doing because he is pissed off because he lost a lot of support when he was over there in DeKalb County. A lot of people lost faith in Vernon Jones because they felt like he did a bomb job when he was over there, working in DeKalb County.
He's just been all over the place. I mean, I'm like, so you are a Democrat that socialize with I shouldn't say socialize, but you act with the Republican Party. I'm confused. Just go ahead and change your party, or are you... he's confused because I'm confused because he confused me.
Because it's just like, how can you hook up with Donald Trump and think that's going to be a good thing?
Well, kind of like what Steve Harvey did. And in his defense, he thought, let me go talk to Trump. Maybe I can talk some sense into him and point him in the right direction. Sometimes you have to sit down at the table with the fool to kind of like help straighten things out.
Mm-hmm.
But Donald Trump, they should have known from his track record. He ain't changing for nobody.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Only thing he's going to do is use you.
And I think that the Republican Party now, I just think that all Donald Trump did was showed us where the real Ku Klux Klan live. Because a lot of people think just because we don't see them in their outfits anymore that the Ku Klux Klan is off the face of the earth. But now he has shown us where they are,
He made them feel comfortable taking their sheets off. Daddy said it's okay now. Y'all can come out. And they came out.
And still out.
Yeah, they're going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's in the building, honey, the one and only Porsche Foxx, honey, rocking the box with Porsche Foxx. We're going to get into more of your business. You talking about everybody else's business. We're going to get more into your business, what you've been doing. Because you've been doing the damn thing, too.
God has been good. He's amazing.
Yes,
we have something really big coming up this Saturday. If you're free, I'd love you to come out. We're giving out toys to the kids, Vine City area.
Well, one thing I learned when I was with you, I'm never free, but I'm always reasonable. I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, hold it down right here. We are WERUradio. WERUradio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride. I'm sitting here with my very first guest in the new radio station, honey. Rocking the box with Porsche Foxx. This is my girl, T.S. Madison. Pop that ass. Let's ride. Welcome back to Club Chit Chat with your DJ, Miss Sophia, right here. We are WERUradio. WERUradio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride, baby. You were listening to Sweetie, Back to the Streets, featuring Janae Aiko. Hey, I'm in the studio with my girl, my home girl, the one who put me on radio first, the one and only, Porsche Foxx. Hey, rocking the box with Porsche Foxx. What's going on?
How you do that thing?
Same way I did it with the We are WERUradio. We are WERUradio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride, baby. Yes, we are. Girl, what has been going on in your life?
I'm so happy to be here with you, and I'm so proud of you. I mean, you even running the board over there, and I'm like, what? It takes coordination for that. I didn't know you got the skills.
Baby, listen, I tell George all the time. I get on George all the time because I say,
you're doing the thing.
Listen, when we were in the studio and you would have the board, the music so loud, when we get ready to go live on air, you would turn the music up so loud, they would hear it all throughout the radio station.
But you know why I do that?
Why?
Because it would be rude to tell everybody shut up.
So you just tune them out. You know what? And since you said that, now that I'm on this side of the board, I understand a lot of things. Okay. I understand a lot of things.
I was criticized for being professional.
Yes, and then not only that, it's just like when we would talk, we would be talking, and you get ready to go and say, hold on, then you off the air, and we're not, we're on break, and you doing research and stuff, and people trying to talk to you, say, well, not right now, hold on. And so now it's just like I be over here, then I be trying to look up stuff, and then people are talking to you, I'm like, oh my God, like I have guests in the studio, they be talking. I said, so I just have to, baby, listen, I'm not being rude. I'm getting ready to go. I'm finished. So that's one thing that you never did that. You just blast the music, honey. Reg and all of them come running down the hall, but they wouldn't come in that studio. They would not open that door. Honey.
Okay.
They just walk past, shake their head, and go on.
Miss Sophia.
Yeah.
Are you ready for Christmas?
Always.
Isn't it amazing how time is flying?
Yes.
Man.
Just came through Thanksgiving. And before Halloween, they already talking about Thanksgiving. And before Thanksgiving, they already putting up their Christmas trees.
And you know what's going to be in the store next week?
What?
Valentine's Day candy. You watch what I tell you.
Oh no, Bernice said they not celebrate Valentine's Day until they get through King Holiday.
Oh, my bad.
She already said, honey, anybody that's called putting up Valentine's Day candy and cards and all that, she is going to what? Burn it down. Burn, Bernice, burn is her new hashtag. Burn, Bernice, burn. But yeah, what have you been doing?
I've been truly blessed. Been doing my community work with the kids and the homeless. In fact, we just took a ride downtown. Shout out to the Slingshot Nation out there. We took a big ride and took coats and shoes and socks. And it's just amazing the stuff that we take for granted, just to see those faces light up like it was Christmas for them. You know, to get a blanket or a pillow.
Right.
And, you know, I think this is going to be a very tough year for even more people because a lot of people are still trying to bounce back from COVID.
Yeah.
You know, even people with jobs, let alone being homeless.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
And the closer we get to look like we're getting ready to come out of this pandemic, then a new variant come. And then these people that don't want to get the vaccination. Then these people that don't want to go and get the booster. It's just like, oh my God, we're never going to get out of this.
It's a lot going on. But I think going through Trump, that was a disease too. But even experiencing all of that, it was very eye-opening. And one of the things I really learned is that common sense is not common.
Hello?
And it exposed a lot of people you've known for years. Even husband and wives got to know who they really were married to and decided to get a divorce after COVID. And people learned who their kids really are. So shout out to all the school teachers out there because they have been so underestimated, underpaid, underrated. Now I think people has a whole totally different view of our educators out there who really, really had to deal with homeschooling. And the parents on the other side, they realize how not involved they've been in their kids' lives, which is part of the problem right now.
And that's one of the things that I missed about what we were doing, the other radio. Before all this internet radio and all that stuff, we were in the community.
Absolutely.
And you were really key on being out in the community. You didn't care what, if Reggie them didn't want to get behind you and what you want to do, you put your own money in there and you did it yourself. And then it was like, oh, well, you were right. After the event, it's like, oh, well, you were right. So I keep telling y'all. And you always have had a sense of being planted in the community.
That's how I was raised. My mother was that mother when other mothers didn't cook or was hung over from the club, and people knew that they could come to our house. You know, the street lights came on. There was no, where are my kids at? My mom knew where we were, and we knew where we were supposed to be. You know, that whole morals, values, family, sense of family has just been tossed out the window, and we need it back. That village mentality is gone. It's people who don't know where their kids are, and they've been gone since yesterday. And we're talking about teenagers. That's a problem. Right.
And George and I, we talk about it all the time, and I say that, you know, this new generation, it's just like the more freedoms that we fight for to give our people, the more relaxed they become, and they think that they've always had those freedoms. Like, no, do you know people had to bleed, sweat, and die for you to be able to do the things that you're doing? And then it's just they take it for granted.
These kids don't care. You have kids raising kids. So that's a whole nother. Big Mama's gone. Been gone for a minute. We need Big Mama back bad.
And then somebody said it's a shame that grandmas are in their 30s now. When we were coming up, our grandmas in their 50s and 60s.
Well, the grandmas now, they hanging out at the clubs and the strip clubs with everybody else.
Hello.
In fact, if you're looking for your mama, well,
she up there in zone 3 at the club.
You know, you better deja vu on Campbell Road, check there. You know, check a Young Jock's place up there off of Old National. She probably there.
Oh, But yeah, we had a sense of community. We had a sense of being planted in the community, and the community respected us and looked up to us. And it's just like now, all of that seems like just thrown away.
But you know what? That's one of the biggest problems in black radio right now. That's what people will tell you. It's not the same. Radio's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say it. V103 is losing right now. They lost their sense of community. They are no longer the people station.
And I say it all the time. I said V103 took for granted.
They did.
When they were number one across the board in all of the slots. And it's just like they never saw a day like what they are going through today coming. They never saw that.
They're not the only one. I mean, there are other black radio stations that forgot their identity. You can't do what the white stations do because they never did it. So nobody are holding them to that, expecting that from them. So you got to realize that you have an audience out there, and if you don't please your audience, guess what? They going someplace else.
Hello?
And they did. Period.
And COVID even messed it up even more because people just came up, like you said, they came up with their YouTube shows, and then even with us, we started doing drag shows virtually. It's like, child, we doing drag shows
the strip clubs were virtual.
Yeah, and then you cash out me my tips.
People got real creative during COVID. I love it, though, because COVID did bring out some of the best in some people. And it made them realize that, yes, I can do it.
And a lot of that stuff, because of the creativity that people had back during COVID, a lot of that stuff is causing damage to the workforce because a lot of people are not going back into the office because of how creative they were, and it's still working now.
Well, some of them not going back to the office because they still
them chicks that unemployment paying more.
PPP loan, if you haven't been locked up already, they on the way.
They're coming.
I read the other day somebody just got like 9 years.
But you know what? I always say because someone like me, when I'm trying to do something to do it the right way and being honest, because George was trying to, apply for the PPP loan.
And he didn't
get it.
And you had every reason to. You have a legitimate business.
Yeah.
Whatever. What about food stamps? Because I'm trying to buy some. Anybody? Because they've been giving them out like crazy.
They listening. They'll hit you. Give them your website so they can hit you. They listening now.
Okay. I want to buy some for Christmas. I need food to cook.
Yeah, but a lot of people, got the PPP loans and all that. And my thing is, when people get on the government like that, the government, you're supposed to be smarter than the average individual. And if the average individual swindles you out of millions and thousands of dollars, I think there should be a law where the government cannot go after them because you are the one that make the rules and make the laws. And for people to be able to penetrate through the laws that you make, then leave them alone.
I agree with that. Even when they make the mistake and put all that money in your bank account.
Yeah.
And I read this article where the lady spent part of it, but they want to lock her up
and
destroy her life because of their mistake. I don't think that's fair.
Right. You made the mistake. And don't take the money out. That money's in my account. Leave it in there. When you realize you made a mistake, don't take the money out. Leave it there. And it's just like, I'm going to say this, then we're going to go to break. These trucks, these Brinks trucks, these armor trucks, another one, the door that flew open. Now, how is the door flying open on these trucks where y'all have armed guards back there? Y'all got 99,000 locks on these doors, and then money just flying all over the freeway.
You think it was a setup? Where was that?
Yeah, I think it was in Ohio.
Oh.
And it's just like, come on.
I
saw
it on the news. I saw people picking up money because I would have been out there. You know that happened in Atlanta?
Yeah.
What, it was a 285?
Yeah, and then it's just like when they show the video.
They started arresting people, running their license plate.
Running the people license plate. Leave the people alone. Y'all, that was y'all mistake. Y'all have to deal with that loss. Y'all have to take that loss. Because it's just like they arrest people going by license plates and all that. I'm like, what if I let somebody borrow my car that day? So you going to charge me with a crime that I did not commit because I let somebody else borrow my car. But because my license plate showed up in a video, you going to charge me.
And they going to charge you. What I would strongly advise everybody to just automatically keep a license plate cover in your car in case that ever happened again. Really. Because if money come flying out, you just going to sit there and look at it? Hell no.
Two people got arrested on the scene because they got out of their car and they locked themselves out of their car. So they got arrested.
I didn't hear about that.
Scene, honey. Yes, so make sure you have a spare set of keys in your pocket.
Just leave your car running and cover the license plate and get the dough.
Rocking the boxes now. Telling y'all how to commit crime and get away with crime, honey. Also, you've been over there with Nancy Grace.
I love Nancy. I hate they took her off.
I'm glad she got I couldn't stand it. She got on my nerve. Her and Gloria Aldrich. I can't stand neither one of them. And Gloria Aldrich's daughter, now she gets on my nerves. Can't stand none of them. But we're going to take a break and we'll be back with my homegirl, Porsche Foxx. I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on WERUradio. WERUradio.
Sophia!
We are the home of the urban sound of pride. Yes. Did you call me?
I was just saying hi. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
In the words of Porsche Foxx, let's ride. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Shaka, it's over. Shaka, it's over.
What's going on? This is your girl, Miss Sophia. Hold it down right here. We are WERUradio. We're the home, the urban sound of pride. Baby, I was singing with India Irene, baby. I got to put that on my resume. I did a duet with India Irene.
You had a church throat up in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Rocking the box with Porsche Foxx. Girl, go get your little piece. Yeah.
I'm going to stay in my lane. Okay? And I advise you to move over before you get in. Okay.
Oh, girl, I have been known to belt out some tunes now.
You have a nice voice. I've heard you sing a little bit.
Yeah, everybody tell me, honey, say you sound just like Whitney. They say, I never heard nobody sound like Whitney like you, baby.
Whitney, I'm so sorry.
If I...
You know what, though? Speaking of...
Whitney.
Yeah, Whitney. I want to shout out to the entire Douglas family.
Mm-hmm.
All the frequent that go to Backstage Atlanta, which has been around forever, staple, old National Highway. Douglas, Joe Douglas, for I believe 35 years, was Frankie Beverly and May's. I get choked up even talking about it because I've worked with Joe a lot. But he passed away day before yesterday, I believe it was, just out of the blue. I got this phone call. Hey, just heard some news about Joe Douglas, and I got it from a reliable source. And of course, I couldn't really say anything. But once it kind of got out, we still don't know how he passed. Joe was probably about 67 or something, 63, if even that. Very young man. And even the last time we had lunch, I remember we went to a Jamaican restaurant, and I had jerk chicken and cabbage, and he had an entire veggie plate. And I was like, Joe, I didn't know you don't eat meat. And he said, well, I'm trying to live a long time and stay healthy, so I made some changes in my diet. But he looked good, sound good, and you just never know when it's your time.
Right.
So I just want to express condolences out to even Frankie Beverly and all the fans. If you're a real Frankie Beverly fan, you know about Joe.
Because he worked with Frankie Beverly and Mays for a while.
About 35 years. He's been their manager, nonstop. And if you've ever been to a Frankie Beverly and Mays show, you know the sound was immaculate. It was one of the very few bands that you'd hear would have sound problems. That's because Joe would show up and make sure everything's right. And that's, what good managers do. So just thinking about him, he's on my mind and on my heart today.
And and we talked about this, George and I. It's just like, it's hard when you lose loved ones, but especially when you lose loved ones during the holidays.
Yeah.
Because every year that the holiday rolls back around, you'll always have that memory right there to remind you. And some people, it's hard for them to just celebrate the holidays because they're still in that space where they miss their loved one.
I still have that challenge with my mom. You know how close me and my mom not was, but is. But I still struggle. And she passed in 2017. So I still struggle. Some mornings I get up, it's a struggle for me. But, what I constantly remind myself, and I'll say this to anybody else who may be going through something, when you think about a loved one around this time of year, when you take it this hard, that meant that person was that great to me. My mom had values that I look at mothers today and talk to kids, and now we don't sit around the table and have dinner. Everybody take their plate, go to their room, or go on the porch or whatever. We sat at the table as a family. That was one of the things that my mother, the values, morals and respect for yourself. And my mom would always say, if you don't respect yourself, nobody else will. I mean, that's how I grew up, and I don't see that in a lot of families. So that really makes me realize how valuable and how special my mother is.
And then a lot of things that we took for granted growing up. And when you get older, you're like, oh. Because I know one of the things that I took for granted when I was growing up, I used to get so upset with my mama when she would not let me borrow the car.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Like, my dad already knew. This is like my dad and my mom, they already had the conversation. Now, when they come to me, I'm going to just send them to you.
Were you a teenager?
Yes, didn't have license, but I could drive.
Wow.
My dad taught me how to drive. I could drive and didn't have my license. Then flunked the driver's test 3 times. Then I'm still running around here mad because she won't let me borrow the car. And she's like, no. I said, Mom, I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna be real careful. She said, it's not about you. She said, you're not the only one on the road. There are gonna be other drivers out there on the road, and somebody may hit you. And I was like, oh, she said that, I was still mad. But it took me getting older to understand that, yeah, if my mama gave me that car and I'd have got in an accident, didn't have no driver's license, that was going to fall back on them.
They was going to sue them. Your mom saved a lot of lives.
Hello?
Because I've ridden with you before. I have. And that's how many years ago?
Me?
Yeah.
I rode with you, honey.
Sophia, you know you are not the best driver.
You either. But I know you get ready to get out of here. I've enjoyed you today, and thank you for stopping by. And anytime that you want to come by, just give me a call. You're more than welcome. The door is always open. So tell people how they can keep in contact with you.
They can just keep listening to you.
And I'll give you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Foxy Star, the number 4 ever, Foxy Star Forever. On Facebook, Porsche Foxx, and The Porsche Foxx Show. And again, listen to Miss Sophia, because I'm always checking up on her and she's always checking up on me. And that's what good friends do.
Right.
Love you.
Love you more.
I love you more.
Oh, I love you this much more.
Mm-hmm.
This is your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here. We are your radio. We're your radio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride. We are getting ready for what? The 4 o'clock hour. Let's ride.